Today I'm going to practice ukemi on a hardwood surface. A lot of you don't have a mat at home. Some of you have carpets. Some of you don't. We've worked on some different things to make the floor soft, even if you have a hard floor. Putting down a little towel or a yoga mat or any small area carpet that you can put down. Also cardboard. So you go back to the old school break dancing out on the street. You just get some cardboard down. It's going to make it a little bit softer. In any event, I'm going to show a nice hard floor so that if that's what you're using or anything in between that and the mat, this is the techniques that I'm going to use to practice ukemi. This is also how I teach white belts falling. I start from here and then we work our way to standing up. I'm going to start by squatting out, sitting down as far as I can. My butt's not on the ground, but my legs are completely bent and I'm on the bottom of my feet. Put my hand behind my head. I'm going to stick my leg out on the side that I'm falling towards. I'm going to roll back. Should look like maybe you're lying in bed. You want to sit up and watch TV, or maybe you're watching the video. Notice I'm not putting my weight on my elbow. I'm all the way back. I'm just using my tricep and I'm resting my head on my hand. There's no pressure going into my shoulder. Principles for falling is I'm trying to land on major muscle groups. There's really not a lot of major muscle groups past my elbow. I think it's hard to learn how to fall this way when you first learn. And I think the slapping part is helpful because it gets me out of the habit of trying to reach for the ground. But this on a hard surface does not feel good. And I certainly don't want to practice this over and over again, doing that. So I'm going to do this. Everything else is the same. On the other side, again, I'm squatting out. Put my hand on the back of my head. Stick my leg out. And roll back. Back foot still the same. I'm landing on the ball of my foot, trying to keep from letting my heels smack into the ground. A lot of times you don't notice that in class because the ground's so soft, you can land flat-footed and not notice it. I want to really keep that heel up. So it's like I'm doing a front kick, with the ball of my toes on the ground, protect my heel from hitting the ground. You can also do this with shoes on a hard surface. Most likely if you're on a hard surface, you're going to have shoes anyways when you fall. I'm just doing it without shoes to show you that you can do it. Even with shoes, you really got to watch out for my ankle. I've learned this the hard way. Taking a side fall, ooh! Smacking the side of that ankle on a hard surface does not feel good, especially if you're taking a high fall. So notice I really get that leg up. I'm turning my foot up so that if it hits the top of my foot, it's hitting, kind of protects my ankle. But I also really get that leg up. Try not to let it fall down. Give it a nice shock absorber motion. Can bounce without snapping. Let's try it together a few times. Put my head behind my head, my hand behind my head. My leg out, roll back. Leg up, heel off the ground. Left side. Hand behind my head. Stick my leg out. Roll back. Follow my foot, other leg's off the ground. Foot's turned over in case it smacks. I don't hit my ankle on the ground. I'm also trying to really just let my quad bounce off the ground and keep my leg up. Right? Hand behind my head, stick my leg out, roll back. Hand behind my head, leg out, roll back. Follow my foot, ankle turned over, and my leg is up. Now you try. When you're done with doing as many repetitions as you want to do, I'm going to add in getting up. One of the things we do in class is people are trying to keep up with the count. They're throwing themselves down and trying to get up. The falling looks pretty good, but the getting up does not look so good. I see a lot of people do this. They fall, put their hands down in front of them to help them get up. They're basically on their hands and knees, facing the way they fell from. You know, imagine somebody threw me down and I do this. I'm not protecting my head and I'm giving them one of the most vulnerable parts of my body, the knee, the kick, the punch, or whatever else. When I take that fall, I'm gonna put my hands down next to me, a little bit behind me, one behind my head, one right in front of me. I'm gonna slide my legs underneath me to create a base. So now I don't actually need my hands to help me stand up. I use my hands to protect my head and stand up. This also gives me some margin of error if I miscalculate. I go down, I think I have enough room to get up. I'm wrong, they come in, I just roll back down, and they're still in my guard. They still have to get past my legs to get to my vital organs or my head. Let's try that a few times. Do it with me or watch. Hand on the head, leg out, roll back, hands at my side. Create a base, hands up, stand up. Hand behind my head, leg out, roll back. Hands at my side, make a base, hands up, stand up. Try it on your own. When you've done as many reps as you want to do, move on to the next part. There's an intermediary step that's also helpful for this racing motion. I fall, put my hands next to me. Before I throw my legs underneath me, I also can kick. I can push off the ground to both make myself longer and stronger. Someone's coming in, I'm chopping them off at the knees, or even a little bit higher, maybe a hip check on the inside of the quads, or maybe they're dumb enough to bend over head first and reach for me and kick them in the head. Here, corkscrew motion. My hip comes off the ground, I turn my whole body to extend and make it strong. Outside, fall, hands down. Instead of getting up, I'm gonna extend and kick. Still looking over my shoulder to make sure they're not passing me, or if I miss them, just enough to see. It's basically a side kick. Put my forearm down, or use my hands, lift that hip up, extend, and corkscrew. Try that on your own a few times, and then we'll put it all together. When you've done as many reps as you want to, let's try this together. All of them. Falling, kicking, getting up. Falling, kicking, getting up. Falling, kicking, base, getting up. Falling, kicking, base, getting up. Falling, kicking, base, getting up. Try on your own. And good. When you're finished, let's add in, at the beginning of class, we do some slapping exercises, going side to side. I'm gonna do the same thing, just without the slapping part. Show you from this angle. At a 45-degree angle, my major muscle groups, quads, glutes, lats, tricep. Everything's the same, but instead of slapping, my hands behind my head. I'm just switching my legs and switching my arms. Each, sa, chi, u, sich, touch, ku, ju. Good luck with your training at home. Hope to see you soon.